Hey, Edible Lab here. It's back again with another video. This one's going to be a little bit of a longer one. It's now early winter, um, beginning of June. So that's winter for us in the southern hemisphere. It's getting a little bit colder now. It's starting to get temperatures below 10 degrees. Maybe the lowest we've had is 8 degrees or so. So like around 50 Fahrenheit or so, but it's still getting up to maybe about 20 degrees Celsius during the day if we're lucky. But yeah, some plants are definitely starting to slow down. Some stuff's still growing. And one or two things look like they've got a little bit of cold damage, so I'll show that off as well. Also got plants in my little greenhouse, which I'm heating with the aquarium heater, which I showed in a previous video. I'll probably do a separate video for that, just so it doesn't get too long, but we'll just get on with the tour. So, got here, sort of a bit of a nursery area. This is what I believe to be the giant Lau Lau, or Syzygium megacarpa. I was seeing recently some pictures of Malay apple, and it looks very similar to Malay apple. Specifically the leaves. But it seems to be doing okay. It had a bit of was trying to push out new growth, and that kind of died, but otherwise it looks fine. It hasn't been damaged at all, and it's meant to be quite, I guess, tropical. Davidsonia pruriens, or the Ure, Queensland Davidson plum. This thing's doing okay. It kind of dropped a few leaves after I transplanted it, though. I think that's more to do with that rather than the cold. It's looking okay. Bunch of seedlings in here. Coffee, apricot, guavas, citrus, apple from last year, which hasn't done much. This is the Coolamon Syzygium morii, an Australian native species. This is wasabi that I split up and potted, and it's actually done quite well. They've all sort of bounced back. Got in a much better draining mix. It was kind of in a very poorly draining mix before. I was amazed that it hadn't died, but this is doing a lot better now. Some pineapples there. The supposed to be cherry of the Rio Grande. I'm really believing that it's not, though, and it's actually something like pitomba. Just from the leaves, look a bit small. Achacha seedling. This is maybe almost a year old now. This one's looking quite good, very green. But they're very, very slow growing, especially in our climate. But they do seem to do just fine. This should be meant to be a lemon drop mangosteen. That's going pretty well as well. This is the imperial star apple, Chrysophyllum imperiale. It's going okay. Doesn't mind the temperature. It's getting a new leaf here. These also seem to be extremely slow growing. These are some larger guava seedlings. These are maybe a year old or so. I just repotted these recently. Jackfruit. These are one of the few that I've left outside. The rest, I have a bunch of others that are in my little greenhouse. These are some avocados I tried grafting onto, but these definitely haven't worked. And it's too cold now for them to really come out anyway. This is a pitomba, bought from Daly's a while back. It's growing along. No signs of any cold damage. It's got a bit of new growth. It's doing alright. More achachas. Salongan I grew from seed. It's very slow growing as well. So, yeah, wouldn't recommend growing these from seed, but I just did it for a bit of fun. Definitely best to buy a air-layered tree. Just avocado seedlings that I'm going to graft onto. That back there is yellow cherry guava seedlings, pomegranate seedlings. Just a lot of stuff I've grown from seed for fun. Back here we got, these are some pear More avocado. We've got bananas there, ladyfinger. They've gone growing like crazy. But all the racks are too high because they're too, well, I think the racks might have been, the animals might have got to them now, but these are full-size bananas, so they're like 4 or 5 meters tall, and it's impossible to get up to get the fruit. Chestnut seedling, they're losing leaves, which is good, I guess. Some loquat seedlings. This one's already lost all its leaves. This is another chestnut. This is my Australian appleberry. As you can see, it grows very fast, even though I still am yet to repot it. This thing is extremely fast growing. I did a video recently where I tried the fruit on it. It's now lost all the fruit. Well, it had one left, and it sort of, we had so much rain I wasn't able to get out, and it just fell on the ground and kind of rotted. So that was a bit of a shame. Canistel, one of my first tropical fruit trees I got. It's just stopped doing anything as of, probably a month or even almost 2 months ago, but it's looking fine. I mean, I had it outside for most of last winter, and it, didn't really take any damage, but that probably won't grow until like September, October again. Some of my older achachas as well, they're looking good. This is my grafted jaboticaba, grafted sabra. It's kind of still waiting on it to really do much of anything, but it's also doing okay. Then we got Relinia, which I'm just leaving it outside the whole winter. It's too big to fit in my greenhouse, which is very low down. But as you can see, it's still got sort of new growth coming. It doesn't appear to have really much or any cold damage yet. It seems to be doing okay. Then we got here, this is the Castata jaboticaba, Plinia Phitrantha. It's got a bit of growth, but a lot of my jaboticabas, the new growth kind of just gets a bit, I don't know, cooked in a way, or like gets either a little bit eaten by like bugs, or like these ones did, or it kind of crisps up and dies off. Some of my larger pineapples here, acerola, one of my first tropical fruit trees I got, along with the canistel. It's still looking quite good. Putting on, it's been growing. I don't think it will really grow anymore, but even up until a week ago, was putting on new growth at the end there. I'm planning, now that it's grown a massive amount over the summer and the autumn, I'm planning to definitely try and take some cuttings of it and propagate that once it gets a little warmer. Got some more stuff here. Burdock, finger lime in here. Had some fruit off this. This is pink ice, I believe. It's not doing incredible. I honestly don't really know what I'm doing with finger limes. This is the Quaimuck, and it sort of was very slow for a while, but now it's like put out all this growth. It's looking really, really good. Completely unfazed by the cold, as sort of expected. It's Artocarpus, but it's much more cold tolerant than other Artocarpus. Maybe one of the most cold tolerant Artocarpus species. It's got all this new growth here. It's like a lighter green color. The leaves aren't incredibly furry, but a little bit. It's got all this new growth there, and it's looking pretty good. Then we got wax jambu. This really hasn't done, I mean, it looks fine still, looks okay, but it really hasn't done much in a while. I'm sort of hoping that maybe once spring comes around, it's going to push out some new growth. Otherwise, I might have to see sort of what's happening. Maybe it needs repotting, but it's already in a massive pot. It grew incredibly fast until after I put it in this pot, and I guess it got a bit shocked or something and started slowing down. But it's been in this pot for a long time, maybe since December or something. Here we got some other stuff, taro that I got recently. It's putting out some leaves now. Finger lime, this one's the first one I got. It's not doing well at all. I'm guessing that won't make it. It's a very slow decline, but I'm guessing, yeah, it'll die eventually. Then if we come around here, got some of the other tropicals I've moved so they get a bit more winter sun. Here we've got pitanga, or Suriname cherry. Some of them are red, some of them are black. This is a black one. Oh, that's a bit... yeah, let it focus a bit on that. I don't know, this might be a bit of cold damage. It looks like it's new growth though, so... I was surprised. These are meant to be quite cold tolerant, so I was surprised to see that, but that... I don't know. Yeah, it could be cold damage, maybe not. Otherwise, I know these are going to be fine outside. Some of the new growth does get nibbled by, I don't know what it is, ants or something. Yeah, I think it is potentially from the cold. This other one has it, sort of the spots as well. Some of these, though, including this one, I repotted maybe just a week or two ago. So that's probably why, and some of the... yeah, this one has been repotted much longer ago. The other ones hadn't developed as much. Grimmel, large leaf, Jaboticaba. Yeah, it's doing fine. It's sort of stopped growing, but yeah, that's pretty good. This is the red hybrid. It's looking fine. I think these guys, I mean, they say Jaboticaba doesn't mind the shade, but I think like it having winter sun shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, as soon as we get to maybe like, I don't know, October, I will be putting these in the shade for sure. White sapote seedlings, unfazed by the cold, still very vigorous, still continuing to grow. Planning to graft onto these once spring comes around. Hopefully I can... yeah, I was contemplating whether to sort of top it so it branches out a bit and I get more spots to graft onto, but I might wait for that. Might be not the time to prune it, considering it's winter and it probably won't be growing much. This is my grafted white sapote, the Kampong. It sort of stopped trying to constantly flower and then started to push some growth, but then... oh, sorry, that's not a great angle, but... yeah, then a branch fell onto it and knocked off the new growth, which is kind of frustrating, but is what it is. It's alive. It's going slowly. It's got some growth that's coming out. It's getting a bit of... sorry, that was a scale bug. Just remove that. Then we've got the first cold damage. And, surprisingly, it was on the tamarind. I mean, tamarind is meant to be fairly tropical. But, yeah, I actually just wasn't able to come out in the garden for a while, but then came out a couple days ago and noticed some of the new growth has gone a little... yeah, not looking too great at the ends. And some of the leaves have... you can see it more clearly over here, but I think this is definitely cold damage. Some of the new leaves have sort of just died. And that will have been, yeah, because it was windy. We got down to like 8 degrees or something. So with the wind chill, that cold wind, that was probably what did it. And it's only on the new leaves. The old leaves look, as you can see, absolutely fine. It's too big to put in my greenhouse, so I'm just going to leave it out over winter. It dropped all its leaves last year, but came back very quickly in the spring. So even if it loses all its leaves, I'm not too worried. I'm sure tamarind is going to do just fine in Sydney. Another white sapote seedling, that's doing fine. And I was surprised that the tamarind got this damage, and then the jackfruit here did not. Which is, you know, haven't even had it anywhere near as long as the tamarind. And this yellowing happened sort of before the cold, and you can see it's pushing out this new... it's very hard to see, this new growth here. And, here, it just doesn't want to focus. There, as well. Other stuff here, our seedling avocado tree. Still got quite a few avocados on it. Not the most incredible fruit, but that's what you could expect from a seedling. Banksia, coastal Banksia, it's getting rather large. Then behind we've got Sydney wattle, or like an Acacia longifolia. Got an apple here. I believe this one's a Granny Smith. It's never made any fruit because we don't get enough chill. Seedling mango there, that's probably my oldest one. It's over a year old. Then in here we got a thornless Atherton raspberry, a type of Australian native raspberry. It's sort of coming back and then dying back, and it made fruit before. It's an alright fruit. Tastes like a sort of like a regular raspberry, a little less juicy. This is a cranberry hibiscus that I got recently. It's the Suriname cherry again. Then here we got lemonade tree, like a hybrid between a lemon and an orange. The fruit is basically ready, picked a couple, but they might need a little longer, but I kind of want to pick them early before the birds get to them. Lime trees, a Tahitian lime. It's got fruit on it. This one, in fact, really looks just like a lemon. But these are just about ready. Picked a couple of these as well. They're doing alright. And then this is just sort of herbs and vegetables, basil, chilies, oregano, etc., etc. Been sowing a bunch of snow peas and peas for winter just to eat. Basil. Gonna see if it survives the winter. This is just like Italian basil. It's sort of dying back a little bit. I guess the most interesting thing here, tropical-wise, is some papaya. I started from seed in November, and they're coming up. It'll be interesting to see if they survive the winter. This is also just straight clay, so again, that's another bit of an experiment to see if they will survive and not get root rot, but they've managed so far. Feijoa seedling, this is maybe about just a bit over a year old now. And other various tropicals here. We got the ice cream bean, what they call Inga edulis here, but I don't think it's the true Inga edulis. I think it's like, it's the short sort of pod version. But this grows incredibly fast, and it just grows year round. It doesn't care about whether it's hot or cold. Some other stuff here. This is a variegated calamondan or calamansi. Normally it would have fruit right now, but I let it grow and removed all the fruitlets. The Wampi. This is grafted. This is Yim. No, it's Gai Sam, is it? No, it's Yim Pei. Slowly pushing out some new growth. And we got some other stuff in here. Midgem berry. This is Ostromyritis dulcis, and this is another species of midgeon berry. It's an Australian native in the myrtle family. Makes a little berry-like juicy fruit. This is Ostromyritis tenuifolia. It's got much smaller leaves, but I think the fruit is a similar size. It's just some mango seedlings. This was a yellow jaboticaba, and I think it's going to die. It kind of dried out a bit, and that's probably why. Then we've got some more stuff back here, some more pineapples, more mango seedlings. This is the Plancanella australis, or the Australian black apple. It's a native Australian edible fruit. It's in the sapote family. Makes us maybe a fruit. It's meant to be the size of a small apple. I've never tasted the fruit, but this thing grows quite fast. I mean, I've had it maybe a year, and it's probably was maybe, maximum that size when I got it, and now it's probably a meter tall already. It's meant to be fast growing, meant to grow into a large tree, and it's also native down even more south than Sydney. So I think this will obviously has no problems. It grows basically year round, maybe a bit slower in summer, but now that it's getting cooler, it's growing more and more. But obviously it can deal with the heat and deal with any cold. This is my first successful graft, actually, a loquat. So onto a seedling I picked up some scions from someone of Nagasaki Wase, the Japanese variety, and grafted that on. I grafted a couple, I grafted 3, and this is the only one that has worked. I'm very happy about. Loquats, I guess, I heard were meant to be one of the easier plants to graft when you're starting out. And I had only tried to graft more difficult things, and that's probably why I didn't have much success. So that this is bergamot, orange, mandarin, imperial variety, probably the main commercial variety in Australia and probably the most popular too. They do generally have some seeds, but they do have a really good flavour, especially when you grow it on the tree. But I let this grow this year. Then we got, this is my largest loquat seedling. It's getting quite big now. I'm planning to graft onto this as well once spring comes around. And I'm also planning to probably graft onto this citrus, specifically the bergamot, because this is not a citrus you really want to eat out of hand. May as well put something a little nicer on there. Yellow cherry guava. It's got one fruit. Just kept on there. This is an attempted air layer. I'm going to wait until a bit into spring to take it off. Here I got my rose apple, which has put out some growth recently. Doesn't seem to have any problems with the cold, but I would have expected it to be fine. This is a kumquat, the Nagami kumquat. It's got 3 fruit on it. They're almost, well, they're getting close to being ready. Still very hard. And still a little bit green. Then this is, that's a bit bright. Pomegranate. It produced its first fruit last season, but it was a runt. It needs to get repotted. I'm going to wait till it loses all its leaves. It lost its leaves, and then they came back a bit because we had some warm weather in May. But yeah, that's a Ben-Hur, I believe. And in there we got a little blueberry. That's a low chill one. Hasn't lost its leaves yet though. It probably won't lose all of its leaves entirely. This is my fuchsia berry, the hybrid one. It's I forgot what it is. I think it's Paniculatum cross arborescens or something. Anyway, this thing has completely bounced back now that the sun is not as strong. It just constantly had its leaves killed by the sun in summer, but now it's fully bushed back and it's growing like crazy. This one actually is an incredibly fast growing small tree, so I would say watch where you put this if you grow it. I think it's called Blutini or whatever. It makes edible fruit. It flowers like later into winter, so we'll see how many flowers we get off it, but the foliage is kind of nice. Largish monstera here, sort of need to think about what I'm doing with that. The biggest chestnut seedling there. Some other random stuff. That's a lily pilly here. Syzygium australe. It's just in the ground there. And I mean there's a few other stuff. This is the nectarine. Gold mine is the variety. It's basically lost all its leaves now. It's a low chill. Crops well here. This is a native currant. I think the botanical name is Antidesma something. The fruit didn't fully ripen last year, but that's okay. Lemon, lots of spiders on that. Lemon, that might flower and fruit this year. Another apple. This one I think is, again, like the other one, it's either Granny Smith or Golden Delicious, but they have never fruited here. I'm just letting it grow to see if they flower at all. Maybe, maybe not. It actually does look like it has some buds on it, so there's a chance. Maybe. Can I show that? The focus on this phone camera is really bad. But you can see the new growth sort of just getting eaten by, the possums. They come along the fence and then just eat all of the new growth. I just got like vegetables in there, a bunch of broad beans, etc., lettuce. Probably getting not much left to show. Just more loquat seedlings, marigold, some veggie garden, a bit messy. Then we've got Brazilian guava. It's still got these 2 little fruit on it that are ripening up. I wonder when they'll be ready. Certainly seem to have a ways to go. Maybe got to wait until the spring for those. Then some more loquat seedlings, some finger lime seedlings. and a couple dragon fruit cuttings. This is just a regular white dragon fruit. This is this one's American Beauty. That's also American Beauty. They're sort of developing roots, so you know, maybe eventually we'll get something out of that. More marigold seedlings. Oh yeah, got this. This not necessarily edible plants. Well, they are some. This is a Tasmanian pepper plant. Tasmanian mountain pepper. Makes an edible fruit. Tastes like pepper. By a very peppery, I guess, flavor it's meant to have. I think the leaves do too. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, these haven't fruited yet, but you need a male and a female. These are meant to be male and female. This is sort of a little bit of a collection of some of my Australian wattle species, or acacia. This one is one I've had for already a year. It's going to be flowering soon. This is called Acacia suaviolens, or the sweet-scented wattle. It actually has a sort of cream-coloured flower and has a very, very nice sweet smell. These are a couple seedlings from last year's fruit from this. Then we've got a few others. This is Acacia myrtifolia. Leaves sort of like a myrtle, hence the name. This is a prostrate version. It doesn't grow very tall. This is Acacia linifolia because the leaves are very thin. Then we've got these two. This one is another sort of very thin, spiky leaves. What's this one called? I think it's called Echinula. Don't know the exact common name for this, but this one is Acacia oxycedrus. Ow! Or it's called the spike wattle. And these, well, they're not necessarily leaves. They're called phyllodes. They're not true leaves, but these are incredibly sharp on the end. Hence the name spike wattle. But this one's meant to grow, into a sort of small shrub. It's probably nice for, probably provides good protection for small birds. Oh yeah, pink guava there. It's been pruned. Left this because I'm trying to air layer it, but I won't cut that off until spring. Then peach, but this is not a low chill peach, so it doesn't really fruit. It's a flat peach. I don't think it's the angel or the main one that I guess we have here. Well, it probably is, but I think the tag said something like okie dokie, so I don't know if it's the same or different. And then just all of that stuff again. But that's probably all for the sort of early winter garden tour. Probably won't do another one until about the end of August, I'm thinking. We can see what survived, what hasn't, what takes more damage or less. And so I'll come back with another update at that point, and I'll have another video out soon of the plants, the more ultra tropical plants that I've got in my greenhouse, and show how they're going. But that's all for now. Until next time.